Good morning, afternoon, everyone. I'm Dave Link, CEO of ScienceLogic. Today marks a significant milestone for our company as we launch a groundbreaking AI vision and new platform. Over the past decade, ScienceLogic has been working to harness the power and the wonderment of artificial intelligence. In the past 2 years, we've seen a hyper growth cycle that has emerged around generative AI, applications leveraging this new compute architecture. They're truly a tectonic shift, I think a generational shift. I had a front row seat, you can tell by a few gray hairs here, with the advent of both the internet in 1995 and then smartphones that put the world's library ultimately in the palm of a global community. But generative AI is growing and evolving at an exponentially faster pace. Going forward, it will change our world in a profound way. It's impacted our technology industry by automating tasks, enhancing decision-making processes, and enabling new products and services at a faster pace than we could ever have imagined before. It's transforming various sectors, including software development, cybersecurity, customer service, and product design. But it's also driving innovation in hardware with specialized chips for AI computations, which are becoming increasingly important infrastructure. Globally, companies are investing heavily in AI research and development, which is leading to a rapid advancement for that competitive leapfrog advantage of those early adopters. Let's look at some of the numbers that highlight the growing importance of AI in business. Just look at how much spending is increasing, up 35% in 2027 from less than 1% in 2022 of a typical environment for IT spending. And look at what the major tech companies are doing. They are spending enormous sums of money to gain that early mover advantage. But moving on, AI's impact to the workforce will see some significant shifts across a variety of industries. The pandemic has accelerated AI adoption, with now 85% of companies increasing their AI initiatives during that period of time over the last couple years. 77% of companies today are using AI in some capacity. It brings up a number of challenges and opportunities, some ethical concerns with the models to keep from bias and privacy issues. Skilled gaps are also a really important part of this transition, as well as integrating and infusing AI into the existing systems that we use on a daily basis. But there are some amazing opportunities ahead for enhanced productivity, new product development, and improved decision-making. An entirely new set of products will emerge. But the potential impact of AI on businesses is truly transformative. It is not just about efficiency, it's really reimagining how we approach problems, make decisions, and innovate. Our announcement today isn't just a solution, it's a revolution. It's designed to transform IT operations from potentially a bottleneck into a catalyst for unprecedented growth. In the coming years, businesses will be divided into two categories. It really isn't the question of whether to adopt AI, but how quickly those who adopt it will leverage it to drive higher quality, data-driven decisions that truly accelerate innovation and growth. As I've said, AI is rapidly transforming the technology landscape, and at ScienceLogic, we're not just keeping pace with this revolution, we're actively leading and shaping it. I'm excited to introduce Mike Nappi, our Chief Product Officer. Mike?
Hey, Dave.
Great to see you today. What a day.
Oh, this is an exciting day, Dave. Today we're taking the covers off of Skylar AI, a brand new generative AI platform that will enable unprecedented improvements in IT operations. Over 2 years ago, we began to lay the foundation for a next-generation data analytics platform with AI at the core to supercharge IT operations. Our vision for this platform was one that was built from the ground up to ingest and reason over operational and other types of data in real time and allow you to understand when something fails, what's the root cause, how to fix it. If something is going to fail, advise on proactive actions to take, and more broadly, be able to answer ad hoc questions accurately and transparently, drawing from company knowledge and best practices. In late 2022, we acquired Zebrium, which had people and unique IP that allowed us to accelerate our efforts on this project. So the result is what we are announcing today, Skylar AI. So what is Skylar AI? At its core, it's a modern analytics engine capable of ingesting and processing massive amounts of telemetry and other types of data in real time. Skylar will run side by side with our flagship SL1 platform, augmenting data collected by SL1 with various other data sources to drive highly enriched insights back into SL1, thereby enabling massive improvements in IT productivity. Now, on top of that engine, we are launching a suite of AI-fueled applications that will radically accelerate IT operations. These are Skylar Advisor, Skylar Analytics, and Skylar Automated RCA. Let's take a look at each one of these. First up is Skylar Advisor. Skylar Advisor represents a fundamentally new user experience powered by AI that curates the various events going on in the IT estate and actually guides the user to what is needed to do to go resolve them. To take us through what this looks like, I'd like to introduce Gavin Cohen, head of Skylar Product Management. Gavin.
Thank you, Mike. As you just heard, we're delivering our AI vision through Skylar Advisor. The first thing you'll notice is that the user experience is not built around dashboards and events. Rather, it's designed to show you what you need to know right now based on your role and your purview. Remember, this is an advisor, not an assistant. So instead of you needing to know what questions to ask of the tool, Skylar Advisor gives the answers without you ever having to figure out what questions to ask. Let me show you. On the left-hand side, you can see a tightly curated list. It's focused on what is actually important, and it's tailored by Skylar to your specific role and responsibilities. Let's start with the first thing that needs my attention. The message is telling me there's a problem with the database that's causing a web service outage. Now you'll see the real magic of Skylar. From all the massive amount of telemetry it's watching, Skylar has picked out and annotated just 3 messages that explain the problem. The database on Echo is trying to access a missing column, which is the root cause, and that it's caused the Delta server to shut down and the web service to fail. It also offers a set of quick prompts tailored to the problem. What could cause this? It tells me the 14102 error is because of a missing column, and it even offers to show me the log line before, which has the name of the missing column. To prove its accuracy, it provides source citations. Mousing over this one shows me a relevant snippet. Now, I'll get Skylar to suggest fixes. This is where you see its reasoning in action. It's noticed that there appears to be a typo of the word number in the column name, and that this could be what's causing the query to fail. Now, the really cool thing about the design of Skylar Advisor is that all of this dialogue is preserved and can become an authoritative description of the problem and solution for future use. and it can learn from this. I can even ask Skylar to generate a new KB article about this for me, which you can see right here. Let me show you another example where it uses correlation to find cause and effect. Here it's seeing orders going up and infers they're causing disk to fill up too. Skylar is then predicting that this will cause disk to run out in 14 days, which is more than enough time for me to deal with the situation before it causes an outage. In the interest of time, I'm going to skip its analysis and jump straight to Skylar's suggested fix. It's telling me to increase disk, but if I increase it to 3 gigs to match the dev environment, I'll still run out again in 4 months. So instead, it's suggesting I go to 5 gigs. And since Skylar is tightly integrated with our core SL1 product, depending on how it's being configured, these buttons will either make a request by opening a ticket in a product like ServiceNow, or they can directly run a snippet to fully automate the action. This final example is one of the most interesting because of just how much correlation and reasoning is taking place. Skylar has picked up that there's a problem. No orders have been processed in the last hour, and there's a backlog of 12 orders waiting to be processed. It's also figured out that this is because API calls to our payment processing provider have been failing. But wait, that's not all. It has then matched the related telemetry to a previously documented problem in a Jira ticket where the cause was because of payment outage at our third-party provider. And this time, the tailored Skylar quick prompts even let me open a service ticket directly with the third-party payment provider to sort out the problem. It's worth pointing out that so far, I haven't even needed to type in a single character of text. Skylar has suggested all the right actions at every step of the way. But if you want to, over here, you can ask Skylar any ad hoc question, and it will answer in the context of just this specific problem. But if I click the Ask Skylar button here, I can put in any general questions I want, like show me recent KB articles, and it lists a few of them. Or even, what is your name? And it tells you all about how it came to be known as Skylar. There's a whole lot more we have in store for Skylar Advisor, but I hope that what you just saw helped to explain just how unique the Skylar Advisor concept and technology is. Thanks very much, and back to you, Dave and Mike.
Wow, thank you, Gavin. You know, Dave, I think the most exciting thing about Skylar Advisor that Gavin just showed is its ability to provide really a curated experience that's really tailored to the user and allows them to focus on what really matters the most.
Mike, I am so excited. This, to me, we have been waiting to launch this for the world, for our customers and partners. It all starts with a different UI. Generative AI requires a new user interface to guide you, not a co-pilot, an advisor. That really changes the way iterative process mapping will take a level 1 engineer to a level 3 engineer much faster than we've ever seen before.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. I mean, I think just to summarize here some of the takeaways from what Gavin showed, you know, what you saw is a paradigm shift in kind of the interaction model between the human and the machine. A lot of IT operations is around trying to figure out what to focus on, separating the signal from the noise, getting to the root cause of issues. Skylar brings all this to essentially to the IT operator proactively, right? The IT operator doesn't need to know what questions to ask in advance. They're provided that. And similarly, as you mentioned, you've got available essentially all the institutional knowledge around how they've addressed issues like this in the past. So a relatively inexperienced IT operator can be massively more productive. Great. So let's move on to the next module of Skylar AI, Skylar Analytics. You know, one of the crown jewels of our existing SL1 platform is the rich amount of data it collects from across the depth and breadth of increasingly complex hybrid IT estates. Skylar Analytics is a suite of capabilities that allows us to mine and visualize all that data in a much more intuitive and powerful way. To show us more about that, I'd like to introduce Patrick Hubbard, Director of Technical Product Marketing. Patrick.
Thanks, Dave and Mike. We're excited to share this demo of Skylar Analytics. Skylar Analytics delivers advanced anomaly detection, predictive alerting, and data visualization plus exploration. Even better, Skylar Analytics turbocharges the powerful and proven ScienceLogic AI platform. We'll take a look at the new visualization and exploration interface in a second, but first, let's see how Skylar tightly integrates into the ScienceLogic AI platform. We'll start inside a homepage view that many customers will recognize and drill into anomaly detection from the left menu. Skylar Analytics provides always-on, unsupervised anomaly detection with zero configuration. It automatically identifies unusual patterns in all real-time performance metrics and resource data that it observes. Anomalies are visible in the global view as seen here, but are also contextualized by device or service. For example, when troubleshooting an issue, click the Anomaly Detection link in a device view to see anomalies detected for that device. For example, let's look at unexpected behavior for traffic load on this application. Across the bottom, you'll notice actual performance data in green compared with the expected range in blue. But anomaly data by itself is noisy. You don't want to open tickets or execute automation tasks unless there's an actual problem. And that's why you'll notice a second graph above, the anomaly score. This value ranks the likely criticality of anomalies for prioritization, intelligent notification, and automation. But even better than real-time analysis for unexpected issues is the ability to predict problems before they impact production. And that's where Skylar Analytics predictive alerting is so helpful. Let's switch to a device event view to see it in action. Here we're looking at the predictive alerts created by Skylar Analytics, which are fully integrated into ScienceLogic AI platform events. And this means that they inherit ScienceLogic's full event processing pipeline for denoise, contextualization, and automation. And this is possible because Skylar understands the nuance of IT operations data and resource metrics. Clicking into a predictive alert gives you the full details of a predicted issue. For example, here we're looking at the file system utilization for this server, and Skylar Analytics is predicting that the root volume will run out of space in 3 days. It's much easier to prioritize preventative work when you know the what, when, and where of resource issues. Skylar Analytics can do this because it understands the behavioral models for specific infrastructure elements. For example, with applications, Skylar knows that disk, interface, CPU, and memory do not behave the same way. We can also see other related information, like the list of related events automatically masked by the platform. This makes it easy for operators to focus on the current issue rather than getting lost in unrelated or out-of-date information. We can't wait to hear what you'll do with integrated anomaly detection and predictive alerting in Skylar AI Analytics. Now to wrap up this demo, let's take a look at something entirely new, advanced data visualization and exploration. Skylar Analytics extends the ScienceLogic AI platform with 2 heavily requested user features. First, rich customizable data views for reporting and ad hoc exploration, and second, a new standards-based open interface for connecting reporting tools via ODBC. Here we can see a list of visualization dashboards created by operators in this environment. Let's drill into this one, a file system overview. This user has defined a couple of related tabs for this data set. With the overview, they're monitoring potential file system issues that could impact production. They know which file systems are good candidates for an upgrade, the volume of file system related predictive alerts, which systems are consuming the most overall storage, and even how devices are using file systems. There are over 40 new visualization types, including heat maps and more. But this user has also defined a tab for ad hoc comparative analysis. Here they're aggregating a detailed analysis of performance data to spot top-end file system issues across the entire IT estate. Clicking on a specific volume quickly narrows the analysis to that element. And right away, there it is, a noisy neighbor problem. Every hour, something is writing a lot of data to disk and impacting the performance of applications sharing the storage pool. And best of all of the data observed by Skylar Analytics is available to third-party reporting tools via ODBC, like Power BI, Tableau, Cognos, SAP, Crystal Reports, and more. And yes, even Excel spreadsheets. We hope you enjoyed this quick overview of Skylar Analytics. We're excited to learn what our customers will do with its advanced anomaly detection, predictive analytics, new data visualizations and exploration, and open access for data reporting. And with that, back to you, Dave and Mike.
Thank you, Patrick. Dave, I really like the new visualizations and the flexibility to slice and dice through all that data that SO1 collects.
Mike, we are flexing. This is awesome. Our customers have been asking for better visualization with a best-in-class set of tools. We collect trillions of objects across our global estate every few days. This will bring them to life like never before.
Awesome. So just to recap some of the things you saw there from Patrick, in addition to the visualizations, which are really cool, and the ability to kind of slice and dice, explore the data, connect the data via ODBC up to third-party graphing tools, you saw anomaly detection and predictive analytics, both algorithmic technologies reasoning over time series metrics data to both understand what went on in the past, as well as extrapolate what's going to happen in the future and be predictive so you can take proactive action. Okay, so let's go to our third and final module, Skylar Automated RCA. As mentioned earlier, much of the IP for Skylar was seeded by the Zebrium acquisition we made 18 months ago. Zebrium provided a unique ability to rapidly understand root cause of IT issues by unsupervised analysis of massive amounts of log data. The Zebrium technology has been rehosted and renamed on the Skylar AI platform and will now be called Skylar Automated RCA. I'd like to bring Gavin Cohen back up to the virtual stage to walk us through what Skylar Automated RCA can do. Gavin?
Thank you very much. I'm going to run through a quick demo of Skylar Automated RCA. I've set up a distributed e-commerce app, which I broke in a very subtle way. It has 42 microservices, each sending huge volumes of telemetry. One of them is the feature flag service, which has a database that tracks active features. I logged into the database and changed its password, which ended up breaking the app. Let's see what happened. I'll start in SL1, where we have a dashboard for this app. The business service views on the left show problems with health and risk, and the charts show that the error rates have gone up and the application recommendation rate has dropped to 0. Now, normally, you'd need to spend hours hunting through loads of logs to figure out what happened, but instead, you can see at the bottom that Skylar Automated RCA has come up with something. Now, it's important to understand that Skylar Automated RCA uses unsupervised machine learning, so there was no manual training at all and no manual rules for what you're about to see. I'll click on the yellow diamond and am taken into a drill down of what it found. What you can see is a suggestion created by Skylar's machine learning. I'm going to zoom in a bit to make it easier to read. At the top, there's a one-line summary of what it found. This is created using generative AI. It's uncanny just how accurately Skylar Automated RCA describes what happened. Authentication failures causing availability issues with feature flag service and recommendation service. On the right is a summary that provides more information, including the impact on the front end and a suggestion to address the authentication failure. If I click Details, I can see more about what happened, including a few relevant log lines that it annotates, such as this one, which shows that password authentication failed for the FFS, that's Feature Flag Service, user. This is the exact root cause. It describes exactly the problem that I created. Over here, you see the actual log lines that Skylar Automated RCA picked out. There are just 37 that it found out of the millions that were being generated by all the services at the time of the problem. Remember, it found these automatically without any rules or manual training. If you read through them, you can see the root cause logline here about the password failure, as well as the symptoms, which are the issues in the front end, the at service, the recommendation service, and the cart service. It literally found the needles in the haystack. Now that I'm satisfied that it's correctly found and explained the problem, I can go ahead and accept Skylar's suggestion. What this does is generates a deterministic rule that will be used to catch this issue if it ever happens again. If I now go back to SL1, I can even set up an automated action so that future occurrences of this will be remediated without me having to do a thing. I've gone through this quickly, but hopefully you've seen enough to understand how Skylar Automated RCA uses unsupervised machine learning to pick out the relevant log lines that describe a problem. Then it uses generative AI to provide a plain language description and summary of what happened, all completely automatically. Thank you very much. And once again, I'll hand it back to Dave and Mike.
Thank you, Gavin. You know, Dave, you and I have been in the world of IT for decades now, and you know, it's amazing to me that it's still the case today that even for larger enterprises, that when a service outage occurs, a bunch of humans are getting on a call bridge or a Slack channel, and they're bringing all these tools with them to look at different parts of the elephant and try and figure out what's going on. Skylar RCA cuts right through that.
What I love about this, Mike, is these are the hardest problems to solve. The unknown unknowns. We've never seen them before. We don't have an event defined. And we truly want to understand what they are before we have a service disruption. This helps IT professionals do that. It's unprecedented in the way that it works and the power that it provides in solving problems before you have an outage. I am so thrilled that we're launching this today. It is a major milestone for the company.
Absolutely. Now, one of the other things that I thought is important to call out that Gavin showed in that demo is, like any other event in the ScienceLogic platform, you can connect it to automation. And what you saw there is that an issue was discovered by Skylar Automated RCA, and Gavin showed how you can connect it to an automation, and the next time that that event occurs in the wild, if you will, it can be automatically resolved. This gets to something that we are calling at ScienceLogic autonomic IT. You're starting to see a capability now where the platform is aware of what's going on, it understands what action to take, and it can take that action automatically without even involving a human user. Now, obviously, there's a slider bar there. Humans can be involved at any part along the chain to approve. But you can start thinking of this now as really a self-healing, self-managing type of platform for IT. And that's super, super exciting. Okay, so in summary, as we've seen, Skylar AI is set to redefine IT operations. It empowers all IT staff with plain language explanations, proactively provides answers, anticipates issues, and delivers tailored advice aligned with your organization's best practices. Our timeline for delivering Skylar is shown here. Skylar Automated RCA is available today, and we're beginning the beta and early adopter validation on Skylar Analytics this month, with a goal to release Skylar Analytics by the end of September. In parallel, we are working with our design partners on Skylar Advisor, with a goal to get out the initial installment of that revolutionary experience by the end of the year. So Dave, before I turn back over to you, I just realized it's been an exciting day for Skylar too.
What a day for Skylar.
Skylar, what would you like to tell the audience? Let's type this in here. Oh, okay. Hello world in traditional computer science fashion. All right, Dave, that's it for me. I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks, Mike, Gavin, Patrick, and the entire Global ScienceLogic team. What we've witnessed today is truly transformative. I could barely sleep last night in anticipation of this. Skylar AI represents a bold reimagining, of what IT operations can and should be. It's not just about incremental improvements, it's about exponential leaps forward, which will leave our competitors breathless and our customers in awe. Skylar AI will empower organizations to optimize their processes, make the best data-driven decisions with unprecedented accuracy, ultimately delivering exceptional customer experiences. The question isn't whether you can afford to adopt Skylar AI. The question is, can you afford not to? Welcome to the future of IT. Welcome to Skylar AI.